everybody, it's Diane again from Tattered Edges Design, and like I've said in the last couple of videos, I'm kind of laying off the journals for a little bit. So today when I got time to craft, I'm going, I don't know what to do, I don't know, what about this, what about that, I don't know. And it dawned on me, I made, does anybody know what artist trading coins are? They are like artist trading cards, but they're circles. That's where the coin part comes in. And they're, I believe, supposed to be 2.5 inches. Yeah, 2.5 inches in diameter. And I don't know who invented it. I'm sorry, whoever you are. I first saw this on Flickr. But I'm sure there's videos, on YouTube about it. I'm not new at, this isn't my idea or anything. But anyway, yeah, this was a cereal box. When those first came out, I don't know, 2, maybe even 3 years by now, I got kind of hot on it and made some, not a ton, but made some, and then cut out a bunch of cardboard, bases and never went back to it. So I've got, like a stack of cardboard bases, and I thought, well, maybe I should do something about that. So that's what we're going to do about it today, something like that. And coincidentally enough, I bought a couple new pieces of scrapbook paper, and this was one of them. And when it arrived, I thought, about the same time I was thinking ATC coins. Like, oh, that might be cool, and it's seasonal. And this one, although these might be a little big, I don't know. And then these two are not seasonal, but they might lend themselves to. So anyway, that's the big plan. I'm going to make a few artist trading coins with scrapbook paper images. And just for the record, I did sand off the glossy side of these and then wiped it down with a damp towel. And I've yet to do a big lecture on using white bases. I know a lot of people don't like that, the white page syndrome. I'm not going to get into it. Okay, I won't get into a big lecture, but I prefer it. I have more of a fine art background, so I'm used to it. It doesn't bother me. I prefer it. And if you're going to go ahead and cover this with something like this, that's fine. That's great. But if you want to, let's take an image here. Well, what about this house here? Just pretend this is cut a little better than this. If you want to start like with this, that's going to influence what you're doing, the background. And to me, for my eye, it's distracting and I don't like it. So I'm going to work on all these on the reverse side. And then when all's said and done, I'm just going to glue some sort of plain paper on the back. Either, really plain paper to write on or just a pattern. I'm not sure. But at any rate, that is going to be my system. So I'm going to, I guess, cut out what images I want. And I guess nobody has to watch that, do they? Not really, Diane. Okay, I'm going to cut out some fussy images here and then come back. Okay, we're back. We're cut out. That took longer than I thought it would, so you're lucky I paused. So anyway, I took some of what I showed you previously, and then I found a couple Tim Holtz people and some birds and a couple images from Kaisercraft. So here's our stuff. Alright. These I just thought were kind of cute, for the season here. I'll trim this a little better. And I did pull a few background papers, and I have a couple pads, so I wasn't hunting endlessly while on camera. It's not too bad. It's not bad either. Can you see? I kind of like that too. And yeah, I was going to go get my gesso before I turn the camera on, and guess what? I forgot. I kind of like that. Okay. And no, I don't have a 2.5 inch punch. I've got a 2-inch punch, glue stick. I've got a 2-inch punch, which is what I did with these. But no, I don't have a 2-inch punch. Okay, well, since I'm covering it, I'm going to go against what I said, and I'm just going to cover this side then. I mean, entirely covering it. I know what you meant. I think I'm just going to slather on the Aleene's here and not bother with a glue stick. Alright. And I'm going to hold this up to the light for a sec to see if it's, you know, like the text is straight-ish, which I think it is. Alright. Adhere. Okay, now cut out. Alright, then we'll start in with the questions. If you make these, what do you do with your edges? Because, here, I'll show you in a minute. And of course it depends on what kind of base you are using, obviously, but when you use something like this, which is what I generally use, you can't see the edge. And you know, I don't know if you're going to be able to tell what I'm talking about, but, and it depends, you know, the thicker, the more you can see it, obviously, but you kind of see a cardboard looking edge, which I think is sort of unattractive. And I think I do want to gesso that down. So sometimes, you know, you ink around it, but you can still kind of see it. So what do you guys do? Do you just ignore it? Do you ink heavily? Do you paint it? Alright, I'm going to pause and get the gesso. Okay, the gesso has magically appeared. I just have 2 really cheap and beat up brushes here, which when I'm doing something like this, I don't want to, you know, depreciate, so to speak, my good art brushes, so I don't use them. Let's see. That's pretty good. It's pretty good coverage there. Okay, now obviously this has to dry, so we're going to set that aside and wipe the gesso off our finger. And try to get it off the brush. And put these back over there. Just a sec. I'm going to get paint on other. I should have a wet one or something. Got a dry one. Okay, next. It's not bad. I know I say that a lot. It's not bad. Oh, that's kind of cool. Well, alright, I'm not going to audition 9,000 things. I guess I'll do the same thing and just put it completely over the back. Ground, I mean. Background. I don't know, this is thinner paper. I don't know if this is going to show through. No, it doesn't show through, so I'll do it on here. But getting back to what I was, you know, not lecturing, but lecturing on in the beginning. If you're, you know, newish to art, or you don't, you know this, when you have a color and you lay another color on it, your eye will kind of sort of mix where it meets. And I won't sit here and do an example for you, but try that. Take like a blue paper and a red paper and put them right up against each other, and you will see a little line of purple. So that's why when you have, to me, if you're trying to use something like this, hi Clifford, as a background, you know, as a starting point, and you know, you're laying this on it, it's just, no. So that's my My big tip for the day. Don't be afraid of white paper. It is your best friend sometimes. Actually, you should say it's your most flexible friend. You can do whatever you want to white paper. And it doesn't mind. All right. Well, that's cool, but definitely needs something like knocking down, knocking down the white edges would be a start. Yeah, I didn't really pull out accessories, if you will, for these things. That's better. I do have ribbon up here, and some fabric, and my scrapbook paper is always nearby. I want maybe another flower would be nice. Alright, I'm just stepping back 1 foot to look in my flower scrapbook paper box. I got mushroom paper. There's that. This has got gold on it. Oh, tree paper. She's got everything in there. You want a box of Malamars? I got that too. Let's just a minute. Now, let's see if that any of that doesn't. He's dropping paper too. Here. You want a box of Malamars? I got everything in there. Class. Does anybody know what that's from? Maybe this. That's the original Odd Couple movie. That's Oscar talking. And yeah, we're kind of fussy. What did I say? The semi-fussy cutting? How about faux fussy cutting? Ooh. Had an itch. And it's actually, I shouldn't jinx it, but it's kind of quiet outside today. And you can too, I have. Well, I mean, you can do anything you want. But you let it hang off. Nothing wrong with that. I may just do that. Well, okay, what about, stay there, and you're going to fall off, aren't you? There. One of these little gold circles. Yeah, I haven't been mentioning what paper these are. This is American Crafts Charlotte's Shade. I don't know, does anybody, yeah, I'm not going to, you know, all my big comments, nobody's going to tell me, but do you really want to know? Do you really care? I suppose if somebody really wants to know something, they could ask in a comment. I missed the garbage can. She did it. She missed the barn. Oh, gesso. She missed the barn is from Cat Baloo. I wonder if I could get through a day without quoting a movie. Probably not. Maybe if I didn't talk all day. We're going to edge this one to take away from the effect that it's probably not cut perfectly circular. Well, I kind of like that. Okay, question though, group, is the fox, since I knocked back the edge, the white edge, is it getting a little lost? Maybe just like a little strip of text. And I'm bending to get text. Let's see. Here's our work basket. 1975. Um, yeah, just any of this would be fine. Ooh, Sammy the snake. You knit him. I never knit. I can knit. I can purl. I don't like to. And I have made some winter scarves, you know, just with knitting. And that's it for me in knitting. I had a great aunt that, you know, back when they were in the, what would that have been, the 60s, early 60s, knitted herself suits, you know, a jacket and a skirt. Like, wow. Okay. Yeah, I kind of like that better. It's kind of fun. All right, let's glue that down so we know where we're at. And as you can tell, it's going to take a while. Maybe I'll just do 2 or 3 and finish the rest off camera again. Yeah, how do people, you know, now she's asking again. Do I work slow? Is that my problem? I work slow? Or people do edit videos or speed them up, or they are an hour and a half long, or I don't know. I suppose all of the above, right? All right, that's another question. Do you like videos when they, you know, fast forward, so to speak, and then someone's just going ding 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 ding? That's kind of cool, and they do like either they fast forward through something and don't talk because it's irrelevant, or it's a voiceover. What do you think of that? And what am I going to do with these ATC coins when I'm done? Probably put them in a box and not look at them for another 6 months. I don't know. I have no plans for them. You can certainly, I say certainly a lot. You can most certainly, you know, use them for a collage, or stick them in your journal, or send them to a friend, or, you know, kind of like the APC video, I went through what you could do, you know, use them to make a tag, you know, a focal image for a tag or a greeting card. There are swaps out there for this sort of thing. I don't do that. Not bad, but does it kind of, well, I guess it does add. I was going to say, does it kind of, you know, a little too severe was kind of my question, but I think it's better than not being there. Yeah, I like that. And I don't know, did we want a word or anything? You know, I think words really do add a lot, and especially if you're trying to make a point, you know, of something. But sometimes just, you know, a cute little picture just by itself, just because it's a cute little picture, is enough for me. It's still a little wet. I want to ink the edges and see what that looks like. Alright, I'm going to get a little wet glue on my scissors. Don't tell the scissors people on me. I'll wipe them off. Wipe them off. Oh, see, I spoke too soon. Someone's, I think, leaf blowing. Kind of surprised. We've had a lot of rain lately. I think it's, to me, it's too wet to do yard work. Okay. I like, but I don't think We're fini. What do we need? Here's some spattering, except I don't want to spatter on the fox, so, or this stuff, or my clothes, or anything else. Yeah, I'm still waiting for an answer. Do you say spatter or splatter? Or not or it's not working because it's too thick. There. That is a key to spattering. You can't use thick paint or it just won't go anywhere. It's too heavy, I guess. Well, that's kind of cool. See, now to me that could be done. Can you see? I still can't tell where I am. Okay, let's set him aside to dry. And wipe up the spatters that got on the counter. And let's see, is this dry? Dry enough. Alright, what was I putting on it? Oh, the trees. Okay. Pull ink around. As I usually say, this is walnut stain. That's what I generally use all the time. Alright, well that's fine, but obviously, to me anyway, that's not a finished product by any means. What can we put on there? There's some, what is this? This is older pebbles, woodland forest. Some little critters in here. Oh, and some gnomes. That could be kind of fun. Alright. Do you like gnomes? I think they're kind of, either you love them or you hate them, maybe? I don't know. I don't know, we're going to include that butterfly? No, because I don't want that much background showing. Maybe I'll add it, but I think I'm going to cut it apart. Oh, now we're growling at something. What? You know, you dog owners out there will understand this. And your dog starts growling or barking, you know, like there's a zombie in the yard, and you go look and there's nothing there. I don't know what you saw. And so I say, well, see, I scared it away. Aren't you lucky I was here? Well, these are a little large. Maybe this green one here. This is a fairly new Simple Stories paper. It's kind of cool. Wouldn't it be cool to have, you know, unlimited funds and unlimited space, and just every cool new scrapbook paper that came out, you could just buy it? I think that would be neat. I guess until, you know, like I said, it came time to store it, but if I had unlimited storage space, it wouldn't be a problem. Well, I think this mushroom kind of doesn't go with the style. It looks a little too realistic, and they look a little more cartoony. So, oh, that's the butterfly. So we're going to do something else. What else you got for me today? Well, there's some mushrooms on there, or little critters. Oh, leaves. well, now there's too many choices. Oh, pumpkins. What about that? So, do you have any fall decor out yet? I do not. Oh no, I take it back. I do. I forgot. I've got two little little cross stitch things I did years ago. That one's a squirrel with leaves, and one is a little squirrel that says "gather" on it. I did put those out. I forgot. And I do have a fall wreath I put out, but that's too early. I'm not going to put it out yet. Before I know it, I'll be putting all my Halloween stuff out, and it'll seem like a week later I'm putting the Christmas stuff out. Oh my. Zombies in the other part of the house now. You know, I think this tree, you can see it's like a real pale pink, peachy pink. I don't think I like it as much as the other ones. So I'm going to put it behind. And we need something for them to stand on, so to speak. They look a little, since I knocked back the background paper, they look a little floaty. They're floating. How about this? It's fine. Just run a strip of that on the bottom and see. It is washi tape. If I decide I don't like it, it can come up, right? And yeah, now someone's cutting the grass. Alright. Well, I hope I'm not getting my hair in there. Alright, well, let's glue these down so they don't keep sliding all over the place. And I don't know, is this video already getting too long? Should we have like a, you know, I should set a timer or something? Well, okay, now that that's down. No. I was thinking maybe it doesn't even need all these trees, but nah. Oh boy. You know, no offense to anyone that has lawn service or is in the lawn service business, but I just wonder, you know, what a day would be like years ago when they didn't have all that. And you know, like when I was a kid. But you know, the garbage truck went out the street once. Today's garbage day, so I had that on my mind. And that was it. They were done. Now the garbage truck goes up one side and down the other side because they have that automatic thing. And then there's a recycle truck. Then there's the lawn bag truck. I rest my case. And you're the only person on the planet that's going to gripe about that today, Diane. Well, see, somebody had to. And it was me. And aren't you lucky you got to hear it? Where do we want these? That one can go right there. So do we want this one near it or removed from it, or not at all, or under more. Well, that I like that better. Okay. All right, now does this need a word or a ribbon or a something? Oh, should we put the butterfly on? And you know how little this, well, I should say you know how little this is, how hard that's going to be. This is my pinky. See it? Either that or when I get done, it's going to go flying out of my hand and I'm not going to find it. You know, they have more than one leaf blower going. It sounds like the gargoyles are attacking. If you've never seen that movie, Gargoyles with Cornel Wilde, it's a great movie to watch on around Halloween. Yeah, that's cute. Yeah, it's cute. But no, it's cute. I think that here's another great topic that I'm the only one that's going to talk about it today. Gargoyles. I think that might have been a made-for-TV movie in the 70s. I've seen it several times. Yeah, I like that. I think it can be done. What do you think? Let me trim this and see what we think. Well, I think I want it darker on the edges. So here's black. Actually, let's get trimmed. There's kind of a little bit of a corner there. Do they even make 2.5-inch punches? I assume they do. Make everything else. It would be handy, wouldn't it, if you got into this big time? Yeah, that's better. I don't know. I guess it's done. Tick, tick, tick. It's done for now. Let's look at it that way. Okay. Should we do like one more on camera and then I'll give you people a break. You can go get a snack or something. Alright, I just grabbed this one. Actually, that kind of looks like my grandma's house when I was a kid. Although hers was brick, but it had a big window on the side and a small window on that other side, and she didn't have a railing, but it had a long thing there, and she had a ton of flowers in front. I mean, a ton of flowers in there. It's pretty. Yeah, that's good. Or do we want maybe text or something? No, we don't. What's that? Security envelope I was using the other day. It's not great. No, not yellow. Sort of interesting. And how many of you are going, oh no, don't use that. Ooh. how many of you are going, yeah, that is kind of cool. Oh, that's better. What do you think? Well, all right, here we go. Okay, A or B. No, this is less scary. We'll go with this. And this is, I don't know where this came from. I don't remember. But these dots are kind of flocked. They're not super flocked. They are, I don't know if you can tell that at all. But they've got a fuzzy, kind of fuzzy texture, so I guess they're flocked. Okay, and if I'm going to cover the whole thing, I'll go on the color side again, and we'll cover up Clifford. You know, I think the gargoyle lawnmowers stopped, or leaf blowers, whatever they were. Okay, new stick. Paper on me. Okay. I'm gonna cut into wet glue again. So, okay, more questions. Have you made artist trading coins? Do you like it? I think why these backings sat for a long time is I don't dislike it. If I did, I wouldn't be doing this. But it's a little more challenging. And I don't know, I mean, because, you know, it's a circle. And I don't know if that's just to me, you know, the way my mind works or something. I don't like this tree on here. Or it's just because I've done it much. You know, when you think about it, when do you really ever work on a circular piece of paper? Oh, she missed the barn again. So I think that's one reason I kind of laid off for a while. Well, I mean, everybody does it anyway. You find new things. So I want to try that, or, well, you know, I've got 50 ATC sitting in a box as it is. Why do I need more? Yeah, I like that better, actually. Okay, but what are we going to put by that? We want one of these trees, maybe? That's kind of neat that the value, if you will, of that green and that peachy color kind of matches. And I guess I'm going to cut this completely out because the top is out. I'm not going to leave white around, even though that might look better. And this trunk is really narrow. This tree paper, I've had this for quite a long time. I don't... Made in the U.S. Oh, Echo Park. Yeah, they're still with us. Okay. Yeah, that's okay. A little bird on there, I'll save him for I don't know what. Now, does this just need a wordage there? Autumn, love, friend, hello. Fall is in the air. Actually, it is today. None of those are rocking my world. All right, Since this has got black and then black railing, how dumb would it look to circle some of those dots with black? You know what? I'll do a couple underneath, so if I don't like it, nobody will know. Except everybody that watches this video, which won't be too many people, so that's okay. It's kind of fun. What do you think? Okay, before I do that, I'm going to faux stitch around the edge and see if that's adequate. And that was another garbage truck. Yeah, and like they're out all day. I mean, my garbage was picked up at 9:30, somewhere in there. And it's 3:46 now. Gee, Di, that's really interesting. Thanks for that update. Okay, I think that's adequate. Okay. This is just actually a pen. It's not even a marker. But it's sort of the kind that are kind of inky, you know, and they'll smear if you don't let them dry for a second. It's that type. All right, I like that. What about another treetop coming up behind the house? But which one? Well, what about this one? It's really small, if you can see, but it's got little red leaves in it, or orangey, whatever it is. That might match the color of the house. It'd be kind of cute to make something like that and write your actual house number on it, or if you're going to give it to somebody, write their house number on it. That'd be kind of fun. I just thought it was so weird. My other grandma and grandpa, when I was a kid, their house number, I won't give out the actual number, but it was just single digit. It was like 5. That was their house number. You know, as a child. It's like, that's so weird. Grandma's address is 5. And it wasn't a big city. It was a suburb, or not a little town. It was a medium-sized suburb. Alright, I probably didn't need to cut that trunk out like I did. We're too busy talking about a house from 89 years ago. Okay, yeah, that's fine. Alright, well, let's glue. I guess we don't need the trunk after all. Thanks for wasting our time and making us watch you trim. Cut that out, and then you don't even use it. It's all part of the process, group. Well, alright, do we want this whole house then cut tighter? No, because we'll lose the chimney. It's almost the same color as the background. I still haven't solved the dilemma of, do we want to word. I'm getting gluey fingers again. Now let's change gears here. Our spatters kind of, when they dried, they faded off. I think off camera, I'll probably add a couple, just dot it with a brush. It's a little more visible. I like that card though. Definitely looks fallish. And there's another garbage truck. I have to stop making videos on garbage day. All right, house. I should put my grandma's house number on there, shouldn't I? But I don't remember what it was. This was the other one. It was not number 5. I don't. It was one. It was 1, 2 something. I don't remember what it was. Okay. A flower would be nice in front of the house. What about this right here? Yeah, you know how you associate smells, aromas with different things. When I smell petunias, I always think of that house because it was one of the many flowers she had there in that garden. And of course, at the time, I mean, I thought it was pretty and neat and everything, but I was, you know, you never think. 60 years from now, when you smell petunias, you're going to think of Grandma. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. I'm going to let it hang off a little bit. I don't think I'm going to edge that with ink. I think it's fine the way it is. Let's read it this way. Sorry if my hair gets in. I brushed the apparatus. Alright, that's fine. Do we want a word or anything? Or a bow, or one thing I want is some smoke coming out of the chimney. What is that? You know, you just can't let go of your childhood. You gotta have smoke coming out of the chimney. You know, when you're a kid and you make the curls that go like that. I'm gonna make curls. I made streams. Of course, I could use white. I didn't think of that. White gel pen might have been nice. Here, we'll add a little. There. Okay. Alright, forgive me whoever designed this house, but I'm going to draw a line across here. I think it needs something. Yeah, I like that better. You may not, but I do. And that being said, I think that one's done then. Now we need a little bird in the tree. That's what we need. How about that one? Alright, I think we will cut this one so it looks like he's just sitting right there. And this too is, look at how tiny. Okay, fair warning, this may not work out. I may have to go get another bird or something. I know sometimes when I cut things out, they're just so small. You kind of see every little, like that. It's too pointy, and I wind up going, and throw it. I don't know. Can we save this? It's not terrible. I don't know that it's so small. I don't know if you'll really even see it. Let's see. Well, you kind of see it. Maybe the bird's sitting in their gutter. Okay, that's what he's doing. Or eave. Sorry, eave trough. Yeah, that's better. Alright, I think that one's done. And I think this video is pretty long as it is. I'm going to take a break. Here's the ones we did so far. And I'll come back when all or most are done. Okay, I'm back. And these did take longer than one IEI would think. So I did not get to finish these yesterday. It's a new day, but they're done now. So I just thought I'd take you through, let you see. At this point, I don't even remember. Oh, we did this one yesterday. I don't even remember what we did. So I did go, I do remember the gesso kind of faded out. So I just literally hit it with the brush. I didn't splat. I, went in with a brush. But that's that one. And we did this one, I recall. And, oh, the house. Which I did add welcome just by hand with a little thin line marker. I thought it needed something up there. And I guess the rest of these I did by myself. So anyway, here's more modern yin and yang one. Oh, I did back. Yeah, that looks like cardboard. If you'll remember, the back was either, a wild cereal box image, or it was more of a gray cardboard image from the cereal box, whichever side I was working on. So I kind of hemmed and hawed about what to put on them. And, scrapbook paper, I've done that. I don't know. I did pull out some just cut-offs of like coffee dyed. But if it was the printed side, you could see through it. So I didn't want to do that. So I grabbed a paper grocery bag. So that's what that is. So that worked well. I think that's fine. These two are kind of sort of a set. The stripy background stuff there is the interior lining of an envelope I got a couple years ago. And you may not be able to tell, but I did embellish the images a little bit. Yeah, don't be afraid to do that if it's not exactly what you want. I added the white dots with a gel pen. And then this one, I'm not trying to brag, but you really can't tell just because of the color of the marker. These little pink ferny leaf things, I added those. Because without those, this one did seem plainer than this one. So I added those. And they're punch flowers. I added a little marker center. And I did go around the edges of these with white gesso. Here's another fall one. It's kind of cute. I smudged a little gesso on the background there. I just kind of thought it needed it. And then I bordered it with just a marker and a white gel pen. That's nice. This one, we do have a hanging off thing there. A little bit of the ticket too. Yeah, for those of you that ran and made, 3 dozen of these yesterday, well, I hope you didn't, because I forgot to mention in backing them, if you have a hanger offer, you want to back it before you're going to do that, because otherwise it's, or if you have a 2.5 inch punch, that's okay. But like I just glued on, paper and then cut around. But you obviously are going to have a hard time doing that if you have hangage. And you can try, if you want to glue it to that and then still just cut around that. But because these are cardboard, and then once you put stuff on it, there's a little thickness there. So it's, I wouldn't do that, but you could probably try that. But anyway, so you might want to back your stuff first. Might be easier. This one is actually kind of different for me anyway. The background here is fabric. And so I left some, threads pulled and stuff. That's actually pretty cool. I will say it warped the board a little bit gluing that on, but I'm okay with that. It'll straighten out over time. And I just glued on some buttons. They're just glued. So that's kind of cute. Oh, in case any eagle-eyed people are saying, what happened to that vintage woman image? She's still here. I grabbed her. Well, and number one, it was a little small. But number two, I don't get it. She's holding something. I don't know what it is. Is it like a corset or a bustle? It's a bustle thing, I guess. But I didn't quite get it. And I'm like, well, I don't know that I want a woman holding an undergarment on my ATC coin. So she'll go on something else. And then these two I did kind of make like a pair, a set. I added some coffee dyed cheesecloth and a vintage button. It's just glued on, even though they've got old threads in them. But they're solid. Yeah, I did glue them with the Aleene's, and then I set a weight on them for a little while. And then that's a gel pen inside there. But here we are. I'm happy with them. I think they look nice. And like I said, these for me will probably just wind up in a box. But there's lots of fun things you can do with them. So I hope you enjoyed this and maybe might try it, or a regular 8 square ATC, which in case you don't know is 2.5 by 3.5. But there we are, group. So thanks for joining me, and have a nice day out there. It is a morning here, so go get them, everybody.